raindrops are falling down your face again, 'cause I don't know how to love you when I am broken too. As you may or may not know, on the 16th of October 2024, Liam Payne died. If you ask me why I'm doing this video, I honestly don't know. I just have too much on my mind right now as a direction on myself. Liam Payne died while falling from a balcony of a hotel in Argentina. I honestly couldn't believe that he died for the first week. Because why would he die? That's what I was thinking. And I didn't want it to be true. I had to let it sink for almost 2 weeks. It's just, I feel like there was too much happening right now. Liam Payne visited Niall on a concert. And that's good for him, I want to say. Maybe because that was reason to One Direction is brought up everywhere again. From the archives of 2015 or 16. I don't want to say I forgot about One Direction, honestly, but before this tragic incident, I hadn't seen anything about One Direction in a long time. So yeah, that was a surprise. Just 1 week before he died, I saw that a YouTuber named Film Cooper posted a video about Liam Payne.
Liam Payne, or as I like to call him, Liam, please stop being the most embarrassing person you could possibly be. Please. Just Liam Payne every time I'm looking at this guy.
At that time, I didn't check it. I thought, yeah, I can watch a bit later because I didn't know the situation would change like this. I thought it would just be like a commentary video about artists being jerks, I guess, because yeah, we're in cancel culture and things like this get called out and some things are just not okay and we need to talk about it.
Cancel culture, funny enough, I think it has the wrong name in a way because we're always looking for people to change in those moments. We're not looking to completely ostracize them from anything.
Sadly, I had to watch this after the tragic news of Liam's passing. So it felt a bit like a sensible content because now it's like I'm watching a critic video of a dead person.
Dude, shut up. Harry didn't like it, Harry didn't reply, Harry didn't acknowledge. We do not need to treat this man with kindness. You see the type of man he is.
And I saw there were many other videos calling out Liam's recent behaviors. Especially Maya Henry, his ex-fiancée, ex-girlfriend, who wrote a book about him. If you know, you know, but...
You're defending someone you don't even know. You literally don't know him. I lived in a house with him for years. I'm pretty sure I can speak on my own experiences. This is me using my voice, my platform, to write a story and share my experiences on these topics, not only to help other women, but to help women have the bravery and use their voice to hold these men accountable.
I'm totally standing on Maya Henry's story and I would never discredit or hate against what she had been through. I think it's interesting how when a person's alive, they can be criticized and even insulted on the internet. Things they do, even if they're not right. People won't show any remorse. I think it's interesting how he was criticized in the present and now that he's dead, we will think back about good memories and that's in the past. That's One Direction. She told me in the morning she don't feel the same about us in her bones. It seems to me that when I died these words will be written on my stone. All the articles that talked about Liam Payne's death were talking about former One Direction member. And everybody's crying, grieving, sad. The other members of One Direction, Harry, Zayn, Niall and Louis, made their official statements on Instagram. The movie of One Direction is also in some movie theaters right now. I went there and I watched it. It made me feel like I'm being back in like 2012-13 when I was in primary school and fond of One Direction, especially Niall. And I couldn't believe One Direction only existed for like 5 years. It feels like they've been there my entire childhood. Made me feel pretty nostalgic. I want to say those were happy times when there seemed to be no issue or no problem at all. just talking about this boy band, which look very good and make funny music. Now looking back to it, with the former members also talking about the time there, it was never like that. It's all an illusion.
I always feel bad about, like when I look back over my life, is not enjoying the band enough.
In the movie it was pictured as like 5 young guys who want to let the world know that they're just average guys who just became famous. Going back to the family, going to discover the world, having silly talks, doing pranks and jokes. When you watch at Zayn's statement later on, where he left One Direction, it's because he couldn't sing the way he wanted, everything was scripted. They had like busy schedules.
I mean, to be honest with you, when we were in the band, it was a kind of a case of we'd have 2 weeks to write the album and then they'd have already sold a tour, so we'd have to get the album done and then record it on the road.
Working that much as such young people, it's not normal. That should not be controlled by adults who make a profit out of that, I feel. And raising to fame like that, not being protected by some security, I mean. I don't want to say it's traumatizing, but it's something people need to adapt to or cope in a different way. In Liam's case, I think he was drinking a lot.
When we were in the band, the best way to secure us, because of how big it got, was just lock us in our rooms. And of course, what's in the room? Minibar. So at a certain point, I thought, well, I'm going to have a party for one. And that just seemed to carry on throughout many years of my life. And then you look back, how long you've been drinking and stuff, where you're like, Jesus Christ, that's a long time.
And nobody was there to protect him. And that happened all behind the scenes. Like, yeah, of course they won't talk about that on TV or it won't be shown on public, but he was not doing good mentally, especially at the end. So even though I enjoyed the movie and I loved One Direction as a child, I feel like that's not right. That and, for example, the fans also, super fans. Yeah, of course, Simon would be happy about that. The fans are almost making all the business to promote and to keep the band alive. But you need to protect your idols if they're interfering too much in their privacy, especially for like the Larry ship and stuff like that.
Are you and Lily dating? You are? I figured.
I think that's too much in the privacy. Whether they're a couple or not, who cares? And it shouldn't be the fans' business. That's probably why, even now, if they would make an appearance together, some fans would still say Larry is true. Like, they can't have any normal meeting without some weird fans making it weird for them. Even though fans are a great support base and without them the group wouldn't continue existing, the idols, or in this case the boy band, should have been protected and should be still now. People are talking about the One Direction reunion that they want to have and that it will be at Liam's funeral, but is that the point? Of course, I would love my childhood band to get back together, but that's, I think the focus point is a bit wrong sometimes. And nothing will ever be as it was before, so like One Direction, this band, stop obsessing. It's funny that I'm saying that, especially on the internet.
We're only getting older, baby, and I've been thinking about it lately. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just how fast the night changes. It will never change me and you.
I still felt sad watching the movie. It made me feel like I was being thrown back in time and that all those new allegations about Liam Payne didn't happen. As if I'm just seeing a teenager growing up, right? Okay, I wrote it down, so I will read it for you. It breaks my heart to see young artists like this lose hope or lose the will to live, diving into addiction and eventually dying. One Direction was my childhood band. I'd love to defend them, but times do change. And as an adult, now I see that life is unpredictable. While watching a movie, I was just seeing, just boys going camping on a tour bus, talking behind the live stages, traveling and things like that. That's what the film wanted to show us, so. And Liam played an important part in it. Like, he was talking a lot in this movie, so I think that's why they're diffusing it now.
Do you think if one of us wasn't in the band, though, the band would be this big?
No. Definitely don't.
I don't think so either. I think we each balance each other out.
I think when we look back at this, like, no matter what we do after this, we'll never, ever beat this. It's
Yeah,
like,
but isn't that scary?
Don't you think it's a bit
crazy.
of like a Benjamin Button thing, though, that we get to do it backwards? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we get to go after this and then, like, have a proper normal life, just have, like, a wife and kids and... Do you know what I mean? I think that's quite nice. That's what I look forward to, if I look forward to anything.
Best part about being a dad is when they look at you. They don't just look at you, they like look into your soul. Like, they look right through you and you're just like...
And he looks like you.
Yeah, he's like mini-me and he has her eyes. He's like, he smashed it on the iPhone. He's like, I'm like, oh, I love him.
But he was such a hopeful young soul. Is it weird for me to say that? But I think he was around my age right now, around 18, 19, 20. While I was hearing the things he was saying, it just seemed like just a young boy trying to figure out his life, thinking about the future, dreaming, imagining, hopeful. And from there to the news of him dying right now, it hurts. It hurts to see that. He was talking about the future after One Direction, that even if he isn't famous anymore, or like in the top trends, he will probably have a wife, a kid, a family, and live happily after. How did it come to this? Who crushed this little boy's dream?
Well, just to prove that you do.
I don't know. It's not about me being the biggest Liam fan or not. It's just, it hurts. I think many people are feeling the same thing right now. Like if the idols who made me happy, who I thought were happy doing what they were doing, were actually suffering.
For some certain circumstances, I'm quite lucky to be here still. That's almost nearly killed me a couple of times.
As
when
in
I've been in a
you've
bad
wanted
place. Yeah, when I've been in a bad place, 100%, you know.
But the ones who made you happy weren't happy. And people are now saying, yeah, mental health before all, but were you trying to help him or were you making fun of him when he was at his worst? Do you think that helps? It's just once people die that people care, people will talk in a positive way. Before that, it's fine to say the harshest things and see how much they can survive, but once the person is dead, then there's no going back, I guess. I don't know the reason he died. I don't know if he couldn't stand all this pressure online, if it had something to do with meeting Niall, if it had something to do with his girlfriend leaving. We don't know. Speculating that someone killed him. That's just denying that our idol wasn't feeling good. Where do life take us?
Now what would she give a damn about? I've got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Come with me Friday and don't say maybe. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby like you.
Now I'm getting to TikTok. I was seriously pissed at my algorithm, first of all, because now they're promoting Liam Payne TikToks that I never seen before, but also about people reacting to his death.
I just opened TikTok. Is Liam Payne dead? No.
It's hard.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Wait, yeah, she died?
No,
There's no way.
no. What the fuck is this trend? Guys, someone died. Why are you making a trend out of that? I think like TikTok is such a shitty app for like news and information, because one day before it was criticizing his Snapchat stories. Why is he posting all that? What is he doing? Oh my god, get your life together, blah blah blah.
Now, if you're like me and you've got ADHD, then you will not pack your suitcase until you absolutely have to.
And then it was first reaction after hearing Liam Payne died. Is that your honest reaction? Or did you actually have to act? My real-time reaction hearing about Liam Payne's death. Why the fuck would you post that? I can understand that one person might want to share this, but how are there so many who need to do this? What for? But yeah, I could criticize TikTok forever, so... But then I also saw some cuter edits about people meeting Liam Payne a few days before he passed, asking for autograph or taking pictures with him. And that made me cry again, because I don't know who's doing a favor to who. If Liam is doing a favor for you because you're his fan, or if he felt happy making people smile and maybe smiling himself, even though he's not in a good place. I bet if he would have not died, people would have still said it's cringe, because that's how people are. Yeah, I'm really emotional today. Let me just be. But seeing him smile, there were so many comments also under some posts saying you were loved. When I see those fan videos, I think, yeah, he was loved. But it's only after he died that that love spread. Of course I'm sad. My childhood band's idol is dead. But that's the reality we live in right now, I guess. I would wish this was a dream and that would wake up, but I think that's sadly not the case. I will probably still cry. When I hear news like this, I'm wondering sometimes, would it have been different if something happened? Like if someone told him something? Could one action could have changed his fate? And I honestly don't think that. I wish it was possible. Thanks for listening to me. To all the other One Direction fans, stay strong. He was loved. Let's say that.
Honestly, just being a nice guy. Like, I'd rather be known for being a nice guy than anything else. But for me now, it's like trying to give everybody the time they deserve with you, if you know, if that's the thing they're excited about. And it doesn't matter what they say or what they do, you just got to give your time and effort into those people, because it comes back.
I was just saying this to all the guys, and you're always so kind, and it's amazing.
I should move on.